Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 360 Sports Network Road to the Final Four podcast series, breaking down each and every conference tournament on the way to the big dance to see who will get those automatic bids for the NCAA Tournament and whose bubbles might just end up getting burst. Because before we can fill that field of 68, we must first get through those conference tournaments. I'm James Dotson. Tonight we want to look at the Atlantic Sun Conference. Now, the Atlantic Sun Championship will actually be the first conference to crown an automatic bid to the NCAA Tournament this year. The Atlantic Sun representative will be a new team in the tournament, however. Last year's regular season and tournament champion, the Belmont Bruins, they've left the Atlantic Sun Conference to join the Ohio Valley Conference. So with Belmont's departure, the field is very wide open to see who gets the automatic bid this year from what is a one-bid league in the Atlantic Sun Conference. Now let's start with Mercer. They've won 9 out of their last 10 games, but they do have a very bad loss on their resume to bottom dweller Kennesaw State. Kennesaw didn't even qualify for the Atlantic Sun Tournament. Now they're led by Travis Smith. They have a very balanced attack for the Bears. Travis Smith leads the team. He only has 13 points per game. Now what worries me, though, is not Travis Smith, or not the fact that they're a little bit lower scoring, because lower scoring is fine. What worries me is when your center, a 6'10" guy, his name's Dan Corsi, is the third leading rebounder on the team. He brings down less than 4 rebounds per game. That scares me that they're going to possibly get dominated down low, and if so, that could be very much trouble for Mercer Bears. So keep an eye on that. They are hot right now, so I gotta give them credit, but the lack of, well, I won't say lack of height, but lack of use of height is what scares me there. Now, Florida Gulf Coast is another team to look at. They lost to Lipscomb twice this year. They split with Stetson. They're a very streaky team. It's tough to see what team will come out. Which Eagles team are there? Now, their senior guard, Sherwin Brown, he leads the way. 15 points per game, 6 rebounds per game. They also have junior Chase Feeler. If he shows up, the Eagles could easily run the table and end up to the NCAA Tournament. However, if he struggles, Florida Gulf Coast will be in big trouble. He averages 11 points per game, puts up big numbers at times, but at other times you wonder if he was in the game at all, and especially that's been the case down the stretch. So keep an eye. It's all about what happens with Chase. And finally, I want to look at the Stetson Hatters. Yes, that is a team name, the Stetson Hatters. They came into the last game of the season having won 5 of their last 6. Again, another streaky team. We like it. They lost a heartbreaker to Mercer in the finale, so they're sure to be fired up now entering the conference tournament. Especially, they have a very good chance of playing Mercer yet again. They're led by Joel Nybergs. He's been the catalyst for the Hatters these last few games. He's a senior from Australia. He had his best game against Florida Gulf Coast, where he hit 6 3-pointers on his way to a 27-point and 6-assist game. He averages just 10 points per game, but in the last 4 games, he's up to 16 or 17 per game. If he's connecting from downtown, watch out for Stetson. Not just in this tournament, but in the NCAA tournament as well. If you can shoot that lights out, a lot can happen. Combine his performance with senior Adam Pegg, junior Chris Perez, they each average 15 points per game. If they can get just that one more consistent scorer, kind of like Nybergs, who could go and explode like that, the Hatters could be in business. I do see a regular season finale rematch between Mercer and Stetson. I see that what's going to happen in the conference tournament. It's going to be a real battle down there in Georgia. In that regular season finale game, Mercer had a run in the last 5 minutes where they just pulled away, and Stetson started going cold from the field. I don't see the Hatters scorers going cold here again in the rematch. I think Nybergs especially has a huge tournament, and I think he's the reason the Hatters go to the dance, and they will likely again be probably in one of the first 4 matchup games out there in Dayton. Well, that's it for our analysis of the Atlantic Sun Conference Championship. Follow us on Twitter at 3S Network. Keep tabs on our website, 360sportsnetwork.com, for all of your updates leading up to Selection Sunday, and to help make your bracket the very best that it can be. Thanks for tuning in to the 3SN Road to the Final Four special for 360 Sports Network. I'm James Dotson. Have a good evening.